In a rural part of Nigeria, where hope seems lost, a story of heartbreak and hardship unfolds.
Emmanuel, a 4-year-old boy, was born into a life of poverty and tragedy. His mother's life slipped away just hours after giving birth, leaving his father, Okon, to face the darkest depths of poverty.
Please, God, help me provide for my son.
With no hope of where to get their daily bread, Okon prayed desperately with tears rolling down his cheek. He sent Emmanuel to school with just a bottle of water daily. His teacher, Mrs. MBA, noticed his struggles.
Emmanuel, why do you always come to school with just a bottle of water?
Mrs. MBA, his class teacher, asked with so much concern one day.
I don't have food at home.
He stammered sorrowfully. She felt heartbroken. So every day, Mrs. MBA would bring him food from her house, and when she can't bring from her home, she gathers food from Emmanuel's classmates and gives him.
Thank you, Ma.
He would often say happily while receiving it from her hands. As Emmanuel grew older, challenges mounted. He dropped out of school in primary 4. Unable to afford basic necessities. Years passed, and Emmanuel faced rejection at every turn. He was shunned by the society, rejected by women, hated by his community, and had no friend. His dream of becoming a doctor and helping his father shattered right before him.
I'm sorry, Emmanuel. We can't hire you.
The employer would always say unapologetically to him each time he goes in search of a job.
Please, sir, I can do any job. Just give me a chance.
He would beg with tears almost dropping from his eyes. Days passed, and Emmanuel's father fell ill. Emmanuel couldn't afford to take him to a hospital nor get a medication for him. Weeks later, his father's frail body succumbed to death, leaving him alone.
No, Father, please don't leave me.
He screamed on his father's deathbed. He wailed bitterly. The death of his father shattered him. With no love nor support from anyone, Emmanuel's body weakened, his spirit broke, and hope dwindled.
Why? God, why must I suffer so much? What's my offense? Why do you hate me so much?
He asked, his voice filled with despair. He couldn't recover from that emotional trauma. He lay on his sick bed days later, surrounded by the cruel reminders of his struggles. As he took his last breath, he realized his life had been a never-ending struggle. This story serves as a heartbreaking reminder that sometimes, no matter how hard we try, we cannot escape the cruel fate that has been bestowed upon us. Be kind to those suffering. You never know the depth of their pain. Let Emmanuel's story inspire you to show compassion, for in kindness we find hope.